Hi, everyone. Well, we weren't expecting to be doing another live this quick.
No.
Either that or the month's gone very, very fast.
No, it's not. It's not.
No. Well, thank you for joining us, everyone. If you could just give us a thumbs up or let us know if you can hear and see us okay, that'll be fantastic. Because it's not the usual live stream,
No.
albeit we are still doing questions and everything else, we've not got a cocktail of the month this month, so I've just poured us a G&T.
Oh, that's good. Can I have it now?
Yes, you can. You've been looking at it sort of
Cheers,
wantonly
darling,
for
thank
the
you.
last minute.
Oh, my God. Look at my hair.
Jason says that they can hear us loud and clear.
Yay!
So fantastic. Thank you for letting us know, Jason. Shall we say some highs to people?
Yes.
And then if you've got any questions, as always, just pop them in and start with a question if you can do. And then we'll tell you about the dilemma. And then hopefully you can help us out a little bit. Or a lot. So we seem to be going around in circles. But hi to Gil and Sandra, who were first in the room today.
Hi, Gil and Sandra.
And we've got Richard as well.
Hi, Richard.
Tina.
Hi, Tina.
And Rose is here as well.
Hello, Rose. Hi.
It seems sort of that I don't really need to say hi to Jason, given that
He's done everybody.
Already, told us as well. But hi, Jason. Maria and Tony are here as well.
Hi, Maria.
They know.
Your fault. Your fault.
It is predominantly Maria and Tony's fault because they were in our member Zoom chat on Friday evening and we were talking about what cruise to go next, and they've thrown a spanner in the works.
It's a huge spanner.
We'll get back to that shortly.
Yeah.
And we've got Joe joining as well.
Hi, Joe.
Joe's just booked a very fancy one as well.
Which one did he go with?
Well, I won't spoil it. If Joe wants to share it in the chat, I'll share it.
Oh, okay.
But he might be sharing it on his other thing, so I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
But he did tell me what he'd booked.
Okay.
So I have seen it.
Nope.
It's very fancy.
We're very discreet.
Tom and Dom are in the room as well.
Hi, Tom and Dom. They're on at 7.
Yeah, we'll be joining them in about an hour and a half. So thank you for joining us while I'm sure you're getting ready as well. So just see. I just have to scroll down a little bit. We've got Jackie in as well.
Hi, Jackie.
A very important question from Tom and Dom. What is the gin?
Hello, what is the gin?
It's called Citrus Spring, I think. It was in the Craft Gin Club of the month.
The
box.
before?
No, it was this month's one.
I don't remember opening the box.
Or maybe it was last month's box. It was definitely...
Did you open the box without me?
I've never opened a Craft Gin Club box without you. We only get them every couple of months. We don't get them that often. So it might have been last month's. I might be just remembering it wrong. But either way, it's whatever that one was. It's quite nice. It's quite citrusy.
If you've had the secret treats out of the...
I've had no secret treats. That is not acceptable.
It's not. It's like watching a show before anybody...
Well, given that Joe's just asked a question, he then followed it on with the... I booked 7 nights in the duplex suite on Virtuoso.
Oh my goodness, Joe!
Because he's then asked a question of, is there a separate part on deck 9 and 12 for Yacht Club on Virtuoso for the duplexes, or is it part of the main corridor?
It's the main corridor. So you're going to see the housekeeping trolleys and you're going to see laundry, which you don't see when in the Yacht Club because there's magical elves that sort that up there.
There is.
But no, you're going to see things.
It's not far to walk. No. You come from there straight to the lift.
No, you can straight up.
There
and the lift will, with your magical card, will come and get you straight away.
Maria and Tony said, sorry, not sorry. So we'll come up, there's just a couple more of those, and then we'll get on to the dilemma. Although quite a few people know it as well. Tony G says, evening.
Good evening, Tony.
And we've got Katrina G. It says, hello, sweet people. King Cruiser, first time contributor.
Oh, hi, Katrina. Welcome.
And if it's anyone else who's watching for first time, thank you for joining us. And please put some questions in if you've got any, or just say hi.
Yeah. No, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. It's gorgeous outside. And Gary's on, so thank you.
Ian asking you to help him out. Joe says he's kept playing our video on the duplex until they finally gave in and booked it.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the secret to
That's
it.
a form of CIA torture, I think.
Yeah, it is. So I'll come back to some other questions in a little bit. As I say, if you've got any questions, keep coming in. But Jason has said, so what's your cruise choices? So shall we talk about what the dilemma is first? For anyone who doesn't know.
So we've been on Windstar, and that was very fancy. And it's what we book now for summer that's not going to seem, that's going to be lovely, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't have to fly too far.
Yeah. Try to explain a bit more about the dilemma then.
What do you mean? Is there another bit?
Yeah, because you've only got so many holiday days
I've only got so many holiday days.
So it's pretty much a week cruise because...
Oh, yeah, I can't do it longer than a week.
Yeah. So 7 nights, give or take possibly a travel day, depending when it falls.
Mm-hmm.
We have already got the group cruise in September booked, and we've got another one in November, which the members know that now because you went it out of the bag the other day. So we'll tell everyone else later, not today. That's another one.
We'll tell everybody else when we've paid for it and we know we're going.
Yeah, that's a better time to tell people. We don't owe any money on it anymore. So the dilemma is, what cruise should we do next? It's probably going to go out of Southampton. It could possibly go out of. It could go out of Barcelona or the Mediterranean potentially.
Not too far. I don't want to fly too far.
Short. I certainly won't want to fly further than Athens at this point. About 4 hours.
And looking at the flights to Athens are very pricey as well, and we have to...
You have to cost that into it.
Yeah.
So, going on to sort of Jason's questions, what are the cruise choices? There is still surprisingly quite a lot. And we're open to other ideas, so please feel free to make this even more complicated, because I saw somebody, and I apologise, I don't remember who put it in the Facebook group, but they'd booked on Azamara, but it was for, I think, longer than we could do for this particular one.
Okay.
But that was £1,500 per person.
That's amazing.
Which, from a budget point of view, yeah, perfect.
Azamara, wow.
Yeah, so...
Wow.
If you have got some other ideas, please do let us know on them as well. And, yeah, so here's where sort of a couple of the channel members threw the curveball the other way. And we have been looking at it ourselves because we have talked about it in the past. Because we've got a few people going on the Virgin Celebration Cruise, which is the one out of Lisbon
to Portsmouth. So I could go to Spinnaker Tower.
Yeah. And
I love a bit of Spinnaker.
Albeit it's in reverse, though.
I know. I can do it both ways. It's fine.
So okay. We'd have to fly out to Lisbon for that one. It's just 5 nights, so it fits into our times. Albeit, I think it sets off on a Tuesday, if I remember right.
A Tuesday?
And gets in on a Sunday. I think so.
Okay.
I might be wrong. The Celebration Cruises we looked at last year, and we couldn't quite make it work. Couldn't. Thank you. And I'm not entering a song for Eurovision at this point. The other part of the Celebration one is we've wanted to do one of the themed cruises for a while. And as well as being the Celebration one, it's also got
food and
drink festival on it, which you all know what we think about Virgin anyway. In terms
you all
of
know what
food.
we think about food and drink.
Yeah. So you combine that and there.
Yeah.
And then they announced a couple of days ago that Mel C, the Spice Girl, former Spice Girl.
I think she's still technically a Spice Girl.
Once a Spice Girl, always a Spice Girl.
You are.
Then that's an option. It's reasonably priced because it's 5 nights. And so that one's really interesting to us. And it stops Lisbon, Porto, and La Coruña.
And we love La Coruña.
Before coming in. We've never been to Porto, though, which is quite weird because it's a lot of sort of ships stop there. And
does it still have the Passatas de Natas? Oh.
Of course, they have that at Lisbon. They have the fancy shop.
I love them.
So we've got that as an option.
Mm-hmm.
There is Sky Princess, and
yes, I like this one.
We do like a princess cruise.
Love a princess cruise.
We haven't got one booked this year.
No.
At all. In fact, we haven't got one booked next year at the moment.
No.
So
somebody might have spent £2.
But that's year after.
Mm.
So there's that's quite an appealing one because we did Enchanted Princess, which is the same class of ship.
Yes.
But we've never done Sky before. So that's quite appealing. Going back to the Virgin one just very quickly, that's on Scarlet Lady.
Yeah, and she's had a bit of a makeover.
She had a makeover, and they've got a new restaurant in there as well, which is apparently really good. So it was also the very first ship that we ever did for the channel.
That's true. That's true. So there is some provenance there.
But we try not to do the same ship. But we are doing Valiant again next year for the group cruise as well. So that kind of goes a bit to pot, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So back to Sky.
Yeah.
That would be an appealing one. So is that the Fjords, that one?
Yes. Love Fjords.
So that one's really sort of appealing to us as well. And we like the Premier package.
And due to holidays and things, I have to go in. It's going to be July. So these all dates all kind of work. Kind of.
So, so that's the other part. It has to be in that second week of July onwards.
Yeah.
Just because of when other people at your work are off on holiday as well. Mm-hmm. So that you've got that spare time.
Yeah.
So there's that as the option. Mm-hmm. There's then P&O.
Yeah, we've got there's a little Ventura one and a little Aurora one.
Yeah, I think the Aurora one's 4 or 5 nights.
Yes, going to Guernsey, is it? Or
oh, it's 4 nights, that one, yeah. So it goes down to Guernsey, I think.
Yeah.
And then a little bit at sea and then back. Mm-hmm. So it's not a long one, but again, it's shipping that we've not been on. There was a little bit of controversy recently because of it getting cancelled at the last minute. So it's just had a refresh.
Yeah.
Not that we saw it before it had a refresh.
No, we've never been on. So that's another thing.
I did see some of the carpets colours that they changed after the refresh, which seemed a bit garish.
Carpets? Garish?
Yeah. Not P&O. It looked
did it more
carnival.
Carnival? I was going to say, because Fred Olsen loved a bright colour palette.
Really, bright.
Okay.
So that would be an interesting one to do. I've just seen on here, because it was Champagne and Cruising, who said the Azamara cruise post was from me. Venice to Athens, stopping at, I think that was Kotor, Zadar, Dubrovnik, Var, Bodrum, and a few Greek islands. 11 nights, starting on a Saturday, and that was £1,500 a person.
Wow!
Which that seems amazing value.
That is incredible.
And if we hadn't got other stuff that's already booked and committed that we could
make it work for 11. Yeah,
we would have definitely considered that because we'd love to try Azamara.
Oh my! And that would have been a nice, going from Windstar to Azamara. That would have been a nice transition.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones that we've looked at. There's a few going out of the Mediterranean. So we've just mentioned Tom and Dom. They've just been on Celestial. We've looked at theirs. They've got some going out for anywhere between sort of 3 and 7 night ones. Mm-hmm. And that's quite interesting for us to try.
Yeah.
I'd like to have seen Tom and Dom's videos, but they haven't got them out yet. So we'll see them at some point. But that's another one that would be interesting for us to try as well. And then, of course, the one that we keep going back to time and time again, and there's lots of different options for this one, which is a river cruise in Europe, not a river cruise on the Nile.
Yeah, but they're pricey even.
There are some on TUI that are very reasonable.
Like late availability ones.
Yeah, and then there's a couple with, I think it's...
and you don't do...
I forget which
there's
one
no
it was,
Nile in July anyway.
Sort of 4 and 5 night ones.
Okay.
And again, much more reasonable, starting off in sort of Netherlands, going down and then flying back.
Okay.
So those are quite interesting ones. So those are the ones that we've sort of looked that we're considering at. Mm-hmm. So we'd like your thoughts on those. Plus any other ones that you can think of. And also, which ones would you like to see us on? Because right now we'd go on any of them and be quite happy.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some other comments in, so I'll just sort of, while people are putting their thoughts in.
Yeah.
And to give us a chance for a rest. We've got Jim in as well, who says
Jim.
Evening, and Ursula.
Hi, Ursula.
Who also says, and I think I saw this one as well, when I was looking, Allure of the Seas from Barcelona. And the only reason I didn't really
because we've got Independence.
Think about that is because the next one would be Independence, which would be...
But you love that Oasis class.
I do, and Allure was the second ship, wasn't it? I think Oasis and then Allure.
So.
And we've never done Allure.
No.
So that one was incredibly appealing, but do we want to do Royal back-to-back?
Well,
possibly not. We did Princess back to back last year because we did Sun and then Ruby.
But that was an accident.
It was an accident, not planned. But I'm definitely not against that. Jason says, I'd say Virgin, no kids, fun and you can relax. Yeah. Joe said, I wish they'd let a small amount of teens on Virgin. People say I get on with the elders more.
Not long.
You do, just keep, you haven't got long to go. Keep up counting, you'll soon be there. Rose says, have you ever been to Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen? We'll be there next week on a cruise.
Oh, Rose, is this... because there's Paul and Carol's is Scandinavia, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if she's on that one.
I would love to go actually because it looks so cute.
We've not been to Copenhagen.
No. But if I was going, that's where I would go because I would love to.
We've seen quite a few videos where people have gone to Copenhagen and been to Tivoli Gardens. It looks fantastic, especially if the weather's half decent. But it does look lovely. But let us know if you end up going.
Yeah, no, it looks. No, it looks gorgeous.
It does.
Gorgeous.
Linzi's in from Ken and Linzi.
Hi, Linzi.
Maria's just confirmed that it is the Tuesday 22nd.
Oh, she's so bad.
I know. She's just being very naughty.
She's so bad. She's giving us dates.
Jason says, it seems as though Virgin is exciting you the most. Well, it's you as well, isn't it? Virgin's always going to be appealing to us because we've never had anything other than a brilliant cruise on Virgin. But we do love all of the other suggestions.
Well, we just can't. And it's. What do we do?
The Virgin one's appealing because it's something different on Virgin that we haven't done. And if we didn't do this one, we certainly wouldn't be able to do one of the celebration or the theme cruise on Virgin
next year
for at least 2 or 3 years.
They've only got one next year, so
we're already doing 2 Virgin cruises next year, so there'd be no transfers doing next year. So it's not like it's this year or never, but it's this year or at least a few years from now until we do that.
Yeah.
Jenny says, did the Sky Transatlantic Fort Lauderdale, Southampton, but the Enchanted Transatlantic back from Rome next year.
Wow, Jenny, that's amazing. Oh,
we really did enjoy Enchanted. The only downside to it, as Ken and Linzi will recall,
it was just straight after the thingy, though, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't straight after the pandemic.
It was. It was
the
like...
year after. That was Regal straight after.
Oh,
the pandemic.
sorry. Yeah, no, shut up, Linzi.
It was the bank holiday one. And the weather was glorious.
It was like, warmer than today. But
for sail out, it's on some of the videos for that. We're in the pool at the back where we stayed in for about 3 hours drinking margaritas.
Yeah, we did.
But it were incredibly busy.
Everybody had the drink. Everyone had the drinks package.
So that's where we sort of first met Ken and Linzi as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I did see a Windstar Cruise Croatia intensive for about 1900 on one of their sailing yachts. That was really tempted, but the Asmar itinerary was too good for me. Yeah, I mean, the Windstar one on one of their sailing yachts, we've talked about this quite a lot over last sort of month since we got back. 2 months. We would definitely like to try one of them because weirdly, the sailing ones are a little bit bigger than the one we went on. I expected them to be smaller. And that Croatia one would be the perfect place to do them.
Love Croatia, love Dubrovnik.
Because the weather, the sea's going to be fairly flat.
Goodness,
It'll be fantastic.
Saying that though, it's bouncing down today.
Yeah, we're not going today, so we're all right.
We're not going today. That's true. We're not going today.
But 1900 to go on one of them.
I know, that's incredible.
That's but 1500 Fazamara for 11 nights is bargain of ever. Lindsay says that they're looking forward to getting on Sky next Saturday.
I bet you are. It's 17th, isn't it?
That is Paul and Carol's.
Yeah. It's Scandinavia, yeah.
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Have you learnt the dance, Lindsay?
What dance are they doing?
Doing bamboo.
They're doing bamboo. You're doing bamboo at your work event next week. I've had to keep watching you practice.
I'm going to die.
Because I was going to say, if you've not seen the bamboo dance yet, it's been popularised from
Sean Bean.
This City Is Ours.
Yeah.
Is it BBC?
Yes, it is.
Really fantastic show.
Oh, amazing show.
And that's in like episode 1 or 2. So you see it fairly soon. But you should watch that anyway. Joe says, I've just learnt that they do Prosecco in the Horizon Terminal at the Yacht Club waiting area. I'll probably finish the whole bottle before we go.
That'll be good. That'll be good, well, Joe.
You say that, Joe. You probably won't, because you'll get there, as was the case with us, and we know this is the case for Stuart and Karen, because they got on yesterday on Virtuoso in Yacht Club for the first time. They looked to have an amazing time.
They do, certainly do.
They put pictures in our Facebook group. I think it was 10:30, showing their second drink of the day in the Yacht Club lounge. So you get on really quick. So they'll hand you it, and then you'll have done your check-in bit, and then you'll be on. So good luck if you finish the bottle. Jason has said Queen Anne 7 Days to Fjords on 27th of July.
Really? I've not seen that one.
I've not seen... I don't think, probably because we didn't look right to the end of July, because we were looking for like that first, second or third week.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to cross-check dates for that, actually.
I think the furthest one that we'd looked at to this point was Virgin's on 22nd.
I think somebody's off at the beginning of August.
That'd be an interesting one.
That is yeah.
Because we would like to do Queen Anne, so we didn't get to do it last year.
Yeah.
I
should be costing them here while was that?
Well, we should have other people costing them and putting in how much it is.
Our costing people is they're on Virtuoso.
They are. That's incredibly inconsiderate of them. Christine says she's going to Aurora in August, Spain, Portugal and France.
Nice.
I do like the idea of doing one of the sort of older, smaller P&O ones.
But for a smaller time.
Yeah, to try it for the first time, not that sort of longer one. It's also a few years since we've done P&O.
It is, yeah.
I own the last one we did.
Yes, it was.
That 22?
Something like that.
Yeah, so it's a good couple of years since we've done P&O. So, we are overdue to try them again.
Yeah.
Albeit I think I'd kind of like to do P&O in Caribbean. And that doesn't really fit this time, does it?
No.
Tom and Mum say, all these sound great. Having done lots of these, there isn't a bad choice. There's not. And that kind of makes it...
We may have to put it in a hat, but I can hear Maria screaming at the television.
Well, and Phil.
Oh.
And probably Stuart and Karen, who are thinking about booking it as well.
Well, they're not watching. They're busy.
It could end up inadvertently becoming like an unofficial group cruise again.
Don't say that.
I know.
You're putting pressure on me. You know I don't like it.
Jason says water level on river cruises may be low, resulting in different mooring sites.
There is a thing, because as we know.
Yeah, outside here, our river's so low at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only May.
We have some boats docked up over the other side, and it's lower than we've ever seen.
We've talked about being water preppers today.
We had? Did we?
Yeah, we said we're getting all that bottled water.
Oh, did you? I remember that. Azamara had a 7-night Mediterranean for a similar price. That seems like another one that we're going to have to view as well then, doesn't
it? Let me write these down.
So we've got, on top of the ones that we've got Queen Anne on the 27th and Azamara for a 7-night in the Med. Tina has said, we've just done our second river cruise with Tui and it was fab. Service, food, drinks were great. It was different level compared to Morella cruise ships. It was 5 nights Holland.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Now, when you say different level, do you mean different level better or different level worse than Morella? Because Morella's another one that we've...
I ain't costing Morella, actually.
Said that we'd like to try as well.
Mm-hmm.
A very good question is, how are the hangovers on Virgin?
Rough.
Yeah, they're self-inflicted. It's not Virgin's fault.
The measures are so, they're proper home bar measures.
Yeah.
And free
and you forget, and you have them at a fair old pace, especially sort of if the weather's nice and you sit out the back with the nibbles as well on the dock, which is stunning.
And all your friends.
Yeah. We can say it's very easy to go overboard on that first night.
And you've had a very interesting invite, so you feel you have to drink more.
Tony says he's booked Celebrity Infinity Mediterranean 2027. Have you visited Nephilim
in Greece? No.
We haven't done many of the Greek islands, have we? It's sort of part of the Med that We've just not
like Corfu
really
and things. I keep booking cruises to Santorini and then they don't go.
Yeah.
I'd like to
we've
do
had a couple that have not ended up.
Yeah,
we've been on the cruise and they've changed the boat.
I'd like Santorini. I'd like Mykonos. This sounds beautiful. Yeah, I just we all know I'm a sado who likes to go to
go see the
archaeological and cultural and historical sites. So that's very me.
Christine says February next year going on Eurabia
to Dubai. Wow, that will be lovely.
It will be, yeah. Lindsay says one Paul and Carol's group cruise, learning the dance in the kitchen.
It's the lock and scuff, isn't it, Lindsay? The lock and scuff, and then having to do the thing, killing me, absolutely killing me. Well, and I should really be practicing it in heels.
Yeah, because you've now got to do it in heels on the night. You haven't tried that yet. You've only got one more day to practice. Ken's just joined in as well. I reckon Ken and Lindsay could be quite good at bamboo. Because they're quite theatrical, aren't they? And it's quite a theatrical piece. It's a bit of a line dance. Well, it is a line dance, isn't it?
Yeah, but my line and everyone else's line, I think, is going to be very different.
We were, if you've never seen it, there's an episode of Only Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Which we were watching.
The school reunion one.
Yeah.
And they think they're doing absolutely fabulously, like full choreographed.
Dance routine.
In sync, perfect. And when it cuts to them, what in reality,
how they look,
how it's like, and what everybody's faces are like, and yeah,
if you've never seen that,
that's going to be me.
Just go onto YouTube and put the Only Sunny in Philadelphia school reunion.
The issue that I've got,
what Lindsay's worried about, she's going to look like.
The issues I've got is that one, I'm practicing and I'm not doing it in heels. Two, I know I'm going to have a drink in order to get through it. But how many drinks do I do in order to get through it with? Because you said to me, I said, look, I've got the feet. You went, yes, but your face is wrong. So it's like, you were like, you need to smile more. And I'm not, I look pained while I'm doing it. Yeah. I look pained.
It's quite funny.
So how much do I drink before I...
Well, I'm going to guess a lot. Because you're out with work friends, so...
Yeah, but I'm being a good girl. I'm getting there separately. I'm getting ready separately. And then my colleague is joining me, Leanne, and then we're getting ready together and then we're going out just for one before we go to the main event.
I've been with you when you've been out for just for one once. Jason says the art that they bought on Sky Princess has arrived and is hanging on the wall and they're booked for Sky again next month.
Nice. Lovely.
Joe was saying, for some reason, most of the yacht club had the same embarkation time of 12, so we're in the terminal for a good 20 minutes. I managed 3 lots of iced tea.
Oh!
If you do get a yacht club embarkation time, ignore it. You can get on, I think it's from about 9:30. You can just ignore the embarkation.
Because we sat in
isn't an embarkation.
IKEA, didn't we?
Yeah, we went and had breakfast in IKEA.
And we could have been
to
on
kill some time. And then we were like, oh, grief. And they're like, oh, yeah, he could have turned up anytime from 9:30, so ignore it if it says.
But they put them in the terminal, though.
Yeah.
So
Darren and Louise have said that they agree with Jason. Queen Anne, 27th July to Fjords, although they may be biased. I wonder why.
Don't know. I'm putting Darren and Louise on this paper.
Jason said Queen Mary 2 to Fjords, 18th of July.
Oh.
We've done that exact cruise.
I know we've done it, but I liked it. Yeah, and why not do it again?
Because it's exactly the same cruise. I know we just did a cruise cast about double dipping, but I don't necessarily want to do exactly the same ship, going to exactly the same ports at virtually the same time.
No, we went in August. We went late August.
It's only a month different.
No, it's not.
I'd rather
late
do Queen
August
Anne
is
to the
very
Fjords.
different to mid-July.
It's a whole month difference.
Jason, I like the sound of that one.
I think I'd rather do Queen Anne than Queen Mary 2 to the Fjords this time. Okay. I love Queen Mary 2. We've just done it. Ursula says, doing Independence and MSC Virtuoso back-to-back later in the year. That's not open yet.
We don't care. Keep them coming. Coming.
Jason's filling in for Stuart and Karen. Queen Anne Fjords cruise is £2,800-ish for a balcony. Tina says different.
Oh, this was the river one, wasn't it? Yeah, this was the river one.
The tour was a better one than Lower.
That was nice.
Tina says doing 5 nights on Aurora on New Year's cruise.
I've been looking at that one.
Because we don't need any holidays for that one. We're already off.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility that we might end up on that or something like that at the end of the year without knowing now. But because we both have to take compulsory holidays over that period, we're off anyway. So
I've been looking at
that. Ken has said Apex 9 nights, 17th of July, balcony 1,262. That's an incredible price.
What the heck?
Yeah, for a balcony on Apex.
It's 9 nights though, so we'd have to try and fathom that. 17th of July, Apex?
Yeah, well, I would also say for anyone else that if you're looking for something fancy to balcony? That's probably cheaper than you can get on P&R, I would guess, for night.
That is a phenomenal price.
It's not as good as the Azamara 11 nights for 1,500, but it's right up there.
Ken, I think are you on Oceania at a similar time? I think you are.
Linzi said they've had private tutorial beside Gloucester Docks. Bystanders' faces were a picture.
You are joking.
Told you that they'd be taking it serious. You know that they're going to be really good. We're going to see some video of them and they'll be excellent. And you'll show me your video.
And it'll be a disaster.
And it probably won't be quite the same.
No. Oh, no.
So Jason said, suggestion, use Virgin Voyage as your default and put all your other choices in a hat and select one. If your hat still says Virgin, go with them.
You know, that's the coin toss psychology, isn't it? Where you toss a coin and you kind of either happy or sad that it tossed on the way that you wanted it.
Maria being naughty again, but she said, in the absence of Stuart and Karen, the balcony on Virgin Voyage Celebration Cruise is currently 1,958. Which,
thanks, Maria.
Under £1,000 per person, so it's under £200 a night for a balcony on Virgin on those cruises.
God,
it is
in Melcy.
It was made worse for us the other night when Stuart and Karen pointed out that we're owed loot from Virgin that they forgot to put on the other one, and it's currently penned to go on one of the other ones next year, but we could move it to this one, so that didn't help us. Joe was saying, I never knew that no waiting in the hotel lobby after checkout this time. Yep, go for it. And Jason said, they're so pleased that they're helping.
You're helping. It's big help. Thanks, Jason.
It is.
Super help.
Katrina says, Princess would be my choice on Sky Princess on Saturday. I don't like flying them. Fjords are always stunning. You guys always seem to enjoy Virgin Voyages.
That's true.
But we always enjoy Princess Cruise.
We always love a Princess Cruise.
I would say that we always enjoy the Princess Cruises just as much as a cruise as Virgin. It's just Virgin's a different type of cruise. We've never had a bad Virgin cruise.
No, I just had a thought that
a bad Princess one.
Now this might be a thing for me. Does Sky Princess, does she have an Alfredo's or is it GG's? GG's. I prefer an Alfredo's to a GG's.
Well, it's GG's by Alfredo, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like Alfredo's, classic Alfredo's.
Okay, so we will rely on someone letting us know in the chat. Does Enchanted Princess, does Sky Princess have Alfredo's restaurant?
Do you remember when we went to Alaska and I was absolutely mortified there was no Alfredo's on Ruby Princess?
Oh, that were...
I was gutted, absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
Well, Sabatini's was nice.
That was our fault for just assuming that it had one.
We booked that cruise so late.
No,
but on a whim, and it was sort of like, oh, we can go to Alaska now, and we didn't do the research, and we just did all the things that you're not supposed to do.
But we did have an amazing
cruise. We had an amazing cruise, but I still missed Alfredo's.
Trina says, Mark, spot on. Queen Anne for the fjords.
Oh.
It would be nice to try Queen Anne.
Yep, she's moving up the list.
She's on our we are going to do her. Kevin said, Gary's got a lady speaker on tonight, so I'll get the second half on catch-up. Can I ask Linz, please, what exactly is your job?
What exactly is my job?
Whether Kev means on here or the bit where you go line dancing. What exactly is your job, Lindsay? I don't think you know what exactly your job is.
No, it's... I work in marketing, and sometimes it takes me to some very interesting places, and it's marketing in the tourism sector.
Yes, that's enough said.
And sometimes
you have to dance.
I have to do weird stuff.
Nothing to do with cruise sector.
Oh, I mean, it's Loch Ness this month. It's ghosts next month and October.
So you're going on the hunt for Nessie this month. Did we talk about that on the cruise cast or on the live?
No, on the live, because they were like, is it with work? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it takes you all over the place, doesn't it?
Doing things that are like super interesting. Like, it's fun, but it's really hard work because because I've got to make sure everybody else is having fun.
Here's another option.
Oh, no.
Which Queen Mary 2, 15th of July for 3 nights. We could try and back-to-back that with an Aurora one.
Oh, don't be putting back-to-backs in my thing.
Because that's like a 4-nighter, so we could do 2 ships.
QM2, 15th of July, we could do 2 ships.
We're getting some great stuff through it. This is far easier than us Googling it. Ken says Celebrity Infinity, 7 nights, round trip Paris. 1,028 for balcony. Do we know someone who did Infinity fairly recently? Because that's one of the oldest, smaller ships.
I thought that was it not Emma that did it?
I can't remember.
I think it was it not last year when we I think, was she not on it when we did Sun Princess?
And that's 19th of July. I can't remember whether it were Millennium that she was on.
Oh, I can't remember. I know she was on a Celebrity one when she was
sort of sneaked off that and onto ours and then back on.
Yeah, because she was Dawn.
Jennifer says Fjords would be my pick. Cooler in July is always better.
I'm not a sunbunny.
It's been nice today though. Sun's been lovely. Jason says, Ron Queen Anne going around Iceland in late June. Upgrade at a club balcony.
That sounds fabulous. Yeah. Fabulous. I'd love that.
Well,
I haven't got the holidays and my colleague's in Albania, so we can't.
It doesn't quite work out for that
It's actually booked to go out to Albania after I moaned about going to Albania.
He's not just going to our wine cellar on the edge of Albania then.
No.
Maybe he'll go there and just see if it was as bad as we were making out.
No, I think he's really looking forward to it.
Faith says Oceania.
Ken and Linzi have just gone.
Well, they've just said that they're on Vista on the 21st of July.
Because we always do a bit of crossover, don't we? If somebody's on a similar itinerary, we always try and marry up who's where when.
Yeah, it don't often work out.
No,
but occasionally,
the stars align.
Gil and Sandra have said they're thinking about Iceland in July.
Oh,
we'd love to go to Iceland because anytime we've looked at it before, it's been with Norwegian and it's been one of their stupid one-way.
Virgin
ones.
are doing it as well, where they drop you off.
Yeah, but I'm not looking at that.
I don't want dropped off at a volcanic island.
But having said that, is that any different to us flying out to Lisbon and then coming back to the UK? You're still flying one way.
It's a volcanic island. There's a massive difference.
Yeah, it's fine.
It won't be fine if I went.
No, that'd be time it'd go off. Ken says Infinity on an inside cabin for the above cruise is 547.
Yeah, no.
You're not tempted for that? Was Ken not tempted?
Is that what they pay me?
They pay you 547 a night.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
More interested now. Jason said, I see an evening of masturbating and tossing. Tossing the names up in the hat could be happening later on. Here we go.
Okay.
Jason coming up trumps again. Sky has an Alfredo's.
Oh, I'm writing Alfredo's down.
Maria's putting a stronger argument for you.
Oh, no.
Mediterranean G&T.
Maria. Which would I have now if I had the option of either or? Which would I do?
Which would you do?
Both.
You'd want one in each hand. Tina said about having Alfredo's. Ken has said about having an Alfredo's. When he went last time, it wasn't very good.
Oh, Ken, no.
Ooh.
That makes me sad.
We've never had a bad Alfredo's. Gigi, when we went, wasn't great.
Didn't like Gigi's.
And it's meant to be Gigi Alfredo, but it just wasn't as good.
And I like a bit of Alfredo's as a hangover cure.
Yeah, they are good for that. Jason Linzi searches for Nessie. That's so incredibly accurate. That is exactly what you're doing.
On a boat and everything with like scientific equipment.
Christopher Graham says weird stuff.
Weird. Like so weird.
So weird. Some of it is very weird. It sounds like a lot of people would be interested in Queen Anne vlog, just saying. We would be. We genuinely would be interested in doing that. We booked it as soon as it became available. And we couldn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
Christopher saying that hopefully he'll see Nessie in July this year because he's on an MSC cruise.
Oh, up to Invergordon. Is that where you're going? Wow. Yeah, hope, yeah.
The Loch Ness Experience Centre?
No, it's the Loch Ness Centre.
Okay.
With the deep scan boat.
The deep scan vault?
Boat.
Oh, boat.
Yeah, it's the
Is that the one you're going on?
Yeah. Like the proper boat that they've been using. And now we've got robots and everything.
Very fancy. Tina says they did Infinity last year and loved it.
Oh.
Joe is doing what every person does before a cruise. He said he's being good and eating his rabbit food to keep fit for Virtuoso so he can fill himself up in all the specialty restaurants.
That sounds good, Dan, but I'll be, soon as it's Special K for me. We were talking about that on the call, weren't we?
Yeah.
Special K.
Very soon. Maria's saying other celebrity cruises per person.
I don't know.
It will be at that price.
I hope so. If it's not, then...
If it's not, it's an even bigger bargain, but that price, it'll be that per person, I'm positive.
Yeah.
The only one that normally quotes it per cabin by default is
Virgin. Yeah.
Which I'd rather they did that.
Do Morella do that as well?
Do they?
I don't know. Virgin definitely do, because it's like a hotel, isn't it? That's what they're trying to...
Jess said the only gripe with Sky is no forward-facing bar like Commodore Lounge.
Oh.
I'm sure we'd find another one.
What if it's fjords, though?
Tom and Don was saying Iceland.
Oh, yeah, I remember
watching that.
I think you were on Island Princess, weren't you? And you went through the...
Was that when they did Greenland as
Greenland,
well?
And they went through, I want to say a gorge. It's not a gorge.
It's like a fjord.
It's like a fjord, but like it's like something from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. It does
Beautiful.
look amazing, that.
Incredible, yeah. That looks phenomenal, yes.
Rose says she's on Viking Mars in July to Iceland.
Hello, Rose.
Iceland's becoming sort of very popular in these suggestions on here. Tina, they have a lychee martini on Infinity, and it was amazing.
Oh, Tina. Oh.
Did we have a lychee one when we were on Apex? Was that on the menu? I don't remember. Because, well, you won't remember anything because you went through 3/4 of the menu on the first night in Martini Bar. And then
yes, I did.
Don't remember much after it, do you?
No, that's what I did.
But another strong argument coming in is 24-carat margarita and Alfredo's. These are strong arguments.
And Affogato as well.
And Affogato. Oh, they're doing Affogato at Virgin, though.
They do, yeah, but I keep missing it for some reason.
Well, we keep forgetting that because...
We normally have a dinner. We've normally have a theatre reservation.
Extra Virgin in there is our least favourite restaurant.
Yeah, so we're always a bit...
It's not that it's bad.
No, it's
our least favourite. And put the Affogato in there.
They have a trolley and everything.
It's really good.
I love something served on a trolley. What? I don't mean like a person.
Just wheeled out. You do have a thing about like things being served on a trolley. When you saw the trolley on Windstar where they were cooking the bananas foster your face, it was like the eye went...
I just love stuff on a trolley.
Cheese. Rhubarba. What other things have we had on a trolley? We had
flambe, hand carving.
Hand-carved ham.
Anything that...
We had... What ship were we on? Oh, Victoria, where they did the lamb.
Anything that comes on a trolley.
You are right.
I'm really happy about.
We'll leave it with that bit. Christopher says, MSC Preziosa, Scotland, Iceland, Orkney Islands for 12 days. It sounds fantastic cruise, but that...
Too long.
Too long for us for this particular one. Tom and Don were saying, yeah, it was Island Princess, Prince Christian Sound in Greenland.
Okay, yes. Not a gorge then.
Sound, that's what it's called in New Zealand as well.
It's a sound, yes, yeah. It is a sound in there, yeah.
Stephen says, going on Aurora on 1st December for 2 weeks in search of Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. I'd love that as well.
I'd love to do
And
Northern
you know
Lights.
what? That's quite when I've costed that before, because Ken and Lindsay love that cruise, and they do the
Have
dogs.
They done it a couple of times?
They usually go about March time, I want to say. They're going to correct me. But they absolutely...
Is that the one where they did the Huskies?
Yes, they blooming love that cruise.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, I would really like to do it. Obviously, it's not my time of year for doing it now.
No, but it's on the list. It's definitely on the list.
It does look absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they love it, yeah.
Trina saying, yeah, Princess 24 Cat Margarita and Celebrity do Fab Lychee Martini.
Oh, flipping heck.
I'm not sure that people are helping us here. We've now got even more on than we had before. Of the ones that people have said so far, is there any that are jumping out in addition to what we've talked about that you're like, oh, that's definitely a doer? There is one for me.
You want the Virgin one?
No. I said in addition to what we've said.
I mean...
Queen Anne Fjords one.
Yeah, that is kind of nice.
It's at the back end of July, which was a little bit later than we wanted to do.
I just have to cross-check who's away, because I know somebody
going
is.
Into August.
Into August, yeah.
But it's not a long one, so it's not going to be a long period. That of all the ones that I've seen added into the list that we had, we'd not seen that because we hadn't looked that far.
No, we haven't got because I think one of my colleagues is away. It's like I say, everybody's booking the summer holidays now.
Yeah. I mean, Jason's probably right with what he's saying here. So it sounds like it could be Queen Anne, Sky or Virgin.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the three favourites at this point.
Mm-hmm. The Queen Anne one sounds fabulous. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think... I think I've got some crossover.
If we'd have had more time, I would have seriously wanted to consider the Azamara one at that sort of price.
Yeah, but then that means we'd have gone Windstar, Azamara. Oh, that would have been quite good, actually. What now? What's somebody put in now?
I'll come to this in a second one. Chris said, when in doubt, go Virgin.
Love Virgin, and it's
Dylan
food and drink.
said that we need a shortlist.
We do need a shortlist.
Jason said Polisiki. It's hard when you've actually been discussing it on a live stream. I feel like could be used against you in HR disciplinary hearing. It's like, no, I definitely wasn't planning on being off on the 27th.
Ingrowing toenail.
Yeah, and they said the cure for it was a trip to Fjords on Queen Anne. There is another one here, though, and this would be quite a nice one for us to do because it's a while since we've done it. Celebrity Eclipse, 7 nights round trip Amsterdam, 27th of July, Scandinavia one, a balcony 1172.
Oh, flipping heck.
Because Celebrity Eclipse was the first ever celebrity ship we did.
Yes, she was, yeah.
It's what we did the transatlantic on. And I know that she's had a little bit of a lift since then.
Yeah.
But she's absolutely
again,
gorgeous
it's
ship.
I don't think that date's going to work.
We need to, because that one's a really tempting one as well, including over Queen Anne.
I don't know. I think I'd want to do Queen Anne.
I think Queen Anne probably edges it. If there was no capacity on Queen Anne, or they only had
and I had to go that week,
left,
yeah,
and that was the week that worked, then that's a really great alternative one. I'd definitely be up for going on Eclipse again.
Yeah.
Because it's a long time since we went on her. But yeah, which one's still sort of...
Don't put me on the spot.
No, I'm not. It's not on the spot. I'm just saying, which do you sort of feel over and above sort of Virgin Sky? Is it Queen Anne as well?
Right, well, let's put it in this, right? Because of Alaska last year, I wouldn't really need anything new for to go on Queen Anne, because I've also got a new dress that I've got for this event that I could, and Cunard have stopped their theming for their thingy, so I've got
it's just a
plenty
standard formal.
So I've got frocks that I could wear. For Virgin, I would definitely need a new dress, a new red dress.
A new dress for the pool.
No, for Scarlet Night.
Yeah.
For the pool. So something like that. And I'd also probably need some more things for Virgin.
Whilst I accept that as a thing, I don't believe for a second that you wouldn't say, "Oh, I could do with this for Queen Anne," or I could do. There's no way you don't get something new for Queen Anne.
You don't think those new shoes I've got for the event are not?
No, I think the Queen, but I think they'd be great for Virgin as well.
Would you like to see them? I can go get them.
No, you don't need to know. We can do them because that only matters if we're going on that ship.
That's true.
So
that's true.
In a couple,
which
of weeks'
I have to
time,
do bamboo in.
Well, in a couple of weeks' time, when we're back on the next scheduled live stream, we'll know what we're doing.
Hopefully, yes.
And we'll better tell people.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll definitely know what we're doing in July by the time we get to June.
Yeah.
We won't be leaving it anywhere for that.
But I could have found the Loch Ness Monster by that point.
You could have done. Whatever that would then mean.
Well, I don't think I'd ever need to work again.
Would you be famous for finding Nessie?
I think I'd get quite a bit of coverage for finding Nessie.
I think you would. That's an interesting one. Really out there from Jason, but why not try a villa along the coast of Norway?
Oh, Emma loved that.
She did, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's another one.
Christopher saying, okay, so Queen Anne or Skye?
Christopher, Queen Anne, Skye. I'm writing little notes.
Jason has updated us saying Cunard have brought the theme nights back on.
Really?
Because we have theme nights.
They said no. There must have been such a kick-off.
I've not seen anything about that.
No, I've not seen that.
We've not been looking at Cunard specifically, but I've not seen anything in the news.
No.
About
You'd have told me.
Yeah, of course I would. It'd have probably appeared on one of the Cruisecast news stories for us to have a chat about. It might appear on the next one to have a chat about. I'm glad that they're doing that because
Well, no, because now I need more outfits because depending on what it would be.
What it would be on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be an interesting one. Maria has said Amazon Prime deliver next day.
This is not helping.
Gil and Sandra said Nessie meets late night Linzi.
She might do. They might have like whiskey scotch drinking.
And then
there
immediately after finding Nessie, she becomes extinct.
Kill Nessie? Who, me or Nessie?
Nessie. If she went out for an evening with late night Linzi, coming out into the public domain and then going out with late night Linzi, that'd be it. She'd be finished. She's survived thousands of years. One night in Invergorgon with Linzi had been done.
Wait, Gordon, not Gorgon.
Invergorgon.
Gorgon's where Medusa comes, and she we've not invited her. It's a very highbrow joke for me, actually.
Isn't it? Jason says, the boss told me, so it must be right. And down he said, yeah, black and white and red and gold for Fjords.
Wow, it's back. I didn't know. I thought they'd parked it.
Well, they absolutely had parked it because they put a statement out saying that they weren't doing it for. I'm glad that they're doing it because I think it gives it that little bit of difference and it's a little bit more fun. If you just got like, depending on how long the cruise is, but 2 or 3 where you all in tucked and that's it. It's a bit sort of samey.
Yeah, but I would need new out red and gold.
I'm interested.
I've not done red and gold.
No, because obviously we've not done Queen Anne yet. As to whether the formal nights, people take it as serious in the formal nights on the Queen Anne as they do on the other one, because she's a little bit more modern as a ship.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
If you've been on Queen Anne, let us know.
What we've learned is I'm more than likely going to need a new red frock.
Well, that's it. Because if we ended up on that one, there's a red and gold frock. Night, so red frock. Mm-hmm. If we're on Virgin, definitely red frock. But you would probably pick a different one that's for Virgin than Cunard, I would imagine, based on historically what you've worn on Scarlet Nights.
Not on the first time. On the second time, there's no way I'm wearing that on Cunard.
No. Which one? The glittery one?
Glittery one, I think I'll get away with on Cunard.
Yeah, I think that's very Cunard. You don't get away with your milk-made one, but it's not red either, really.
What isn't?
It's not red in the same way that the other one was.
It's not an evening gown either.
No. We'll save this for next time because we're coming up towards the end of it. But Trina says, "Show me the shoes." we'll have them for the next live. We'll definitely show you on that time. Jason saying, "Yeah, it's still as formal as the other QNAD trips."
Okay.
So just as many people taking part in it. So yeah, if it's got two ones, well, the black and white one, you just wear what you.
No, I think he said it was black and white and red and gold.
He did. That's what I'm saying. For the black and white one, you'd be fine. You've got stuff for that.
Yeah.
But you would need something for red and gold.
Yeah, this is what I've said.
So it's still it's one outfit for them and one from Virgin.
And my shoes
probably
are
none for Princess.
What do you mean none for Princess?
No, not a specific requirement one. I'm not saying you're not getting any clothes.
New. No, I've got my new frock, which I've got for Tuesday. That would be very Princess.
There's not. They don't have. It's not themed as such, is it?
No.
On there,
no.
It's a lot more.
It's
casual.
more kind of.
P&O would be the same. So I don't see it being sort of problematic like that. Trina says, "I was in Queen Anne. They did dress up lovely, but still didn't care for the themes."
Right. Okay.
What's Ken saying here? 26th of July round trip Amsterdam on Holland America, Rotterdam.
Oh,
that'd be a good one. Not done hell yet.
Kenny's on it.
Ken is, isn't there? But Jason throwing in, they've got a larger chat room on Queen Anne.
I really nearly swore then, Jason, honestly.
We do like chat room.
Love a chat room.
On Queen Mary 2, we prefer chat room to the Commodore. And on Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria, we prefer Commodore.
But saying that, we did have fun in the chat room. Oh, what was that, the chat room? Where was that? Yeah, it was.
We did.
Yeah.
It's just we had preferences on the different ones.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to sort of see. I mean, I think that there's no way within the next year, regardless, we don't do Queen Anne. Because it will be the next
She's
QNAD
calling
one that
to
we
us,
do.
yeah.
And if we don't do Queen Anne this time, then we have got slots in 2026 when we could do
I don't think the dates are going to work, to be honest. I've got my work phone over there, but I'm not checking it.
No, we'll have to sort of check for that one.
Oh, God.
And Chris says, save the new dress for the Virgin Cruise with the cruise boys.
There'll be a new dress for that one.
Well, because we've got
because we're out of Barcelona, and it'll be...
And we've got the Panama one before that on Virgin.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
And that's 16 nights. So you're going to need lots of new Virgin dresses for that one.
I am.
Albeit there'll only still be one Scarlet night, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think
But there might be other party nights on there as well.
I'm sure there will.
But yeah, it's sort of... I'm not sure that's helped us. I think
it has.
No, I think we've now got even more options.
No, we've got more choice. And everyone has been really helpful and I've made my notes here.
You have?
And I've been ticking when people have said, Queen Anne's got a lot of ticks. And Sky Princess has got a lot of ticks.
Jason says, so Sky or Virgin it is. I think it'll depend as to whether we can make the dates work at the end of July. If we can get the dates working at the end of July, I think that Queen Anne is right up there as a probability at this point.
No, I think a very important person is away.
I'm not. I'm here.
Not you. Another very important person
Trina
in my
says,
life.
"Ooh, get on Queen Anne. She's beautiful." Oh. We will definitely get on Queen Anne for definite within. As I said, before the end of next year, for certain, we will get on Queen Anne, and I would imagine that if we don't do it this year on Queen Anne, we'll do Fjords on the next year.
That would be lovely
because that will work out for us pretty well with
everything
all
else
the stuff that we've got going on.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be sort of late August, early September that we'd do that back end at season. So it'd be nice to do that. But yeah, in all seriousness, that has been massively helpful. Thank you.
Honestly, thank you, because we've
just been having mass debates in terms of which one we should go on, and the Zoom call on Friday just triggered it, and we kept talking about it most of the evening then, didn't we?
Yeah, we've been quite boring about it, really.
We have. So it's been useful to...
So basically, wherever we go and whatever we do, it's your fault.
A fair point of Jason saying, can you not do working from another location worth a try? It might be able to do for a day. It'll be when we're both sat there with like a cocktail in each hand. It makes it hard to type at that point.
And I also send them pictures of my drinks. So I feel they'd be like...
You could just stop sending pictures of the drinks during working hours, and then we could put on I'd make sure I don't put anything anywhere during the hours of between 8 and 5. And then you could work remote.
Yeah, they're not going for that.
I might get away with it. Maybe you won't.
I'm so not getting away with it. I don't think
I'd get away with it.
I'm so not getting away with it.
Well, that brings us to the end.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers, Linz.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. We'll let you know
on the next live.
On the next live for definite. And if you're in the Facebook group, expect to see a short list very soon. And then if we have got it booked, we might let you know in there as well, in advance.
And hopefully I won't die doing bamboo.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully.
And hopefully Lindsay and Ken don't die doing bamboo either. For all of you going on the Paul and Carol's group quiz, because I know there's a lot. Have a fantastic time. We can't wait to see pictures. Please do share them in the group.
Yeah.
And we'll catch up with everyone soon.
Yeah.
And Tom and Dom will give you the last word, guys, and a little plug.
Because you're on at 7.
They're on at 7. If you can join them, please do. We'll be on there as well. And we'll